What's up, softball players? Today we're going to talk about fast pitch pitching strategy, and the biggest concept that we're going to talk about today is how hitters take a pitch and what that's going to tell you. So there's two main types of takes that we're going to cover today, and when you're talking about a fast pitch pitching strategy, what you really need to make sure is that you're paying attention to as much information as possible. So hitters are going to give you information with every swing they take and also with every take that they have. So if you're taking that information and you're saying, okay, I saw this, I threw this sequence of pitches already, therefore I'm going to make this informed pitch call next, that's how really good pitchers get out and they maximize their ability. So as a former pro baseball pitcher, I have a lot of experience in reading hitters and calling a good game and understanding some of the different body language cues that you'd want to create a good pitching strategy. So stick around. In today's video, we're going to cover pitching strategy and how hitters take and what that will tell you. Okay, so first thing here, we have two types of takes. So this is what we would call a spit take, where you throw me a pitch and I kind of just like spit at it. Like I saw that didn't fool me. I didn't even want to swing at that, not even for a second. That's what we kind of call like a spit take, because again, like you're spitting at it. The hitter just spit at it. I threw my best rise ball, I threw my best drop ball, and she just spit at it. The other type of take is just a bad take. This is a bad take, right? Where they're lunging, but they just barely held up. They barely kept their hands back. We just call that a bad take. So those two takes seem, obviously they're very, very different. But you'd be surprised how many pitchers and coaches and catchers don't think that much about it. They kind of think, oh, she took it. She took the pitch. Big deal. But the way they take it is very important. So let's cover the spit take. So, and these, again, I don't think what I'm going to tell you today is going to be mind-blowing. The thing is that until someone tells you to look for it, you're not going to look for it. And that's how it was for me as a pitcher and for many of the pitchers that I've worked with. So a spit take is just saying, all right, this hitter saw the pitch well and really didn't even think about offering for it. Why would they do that? So if you throw a ball and they spit on it, it just tells you as a pitcher, okay, maybe she was anticipating that pitch, like maybe it's 0-2 and she was looking for a drop ball and she got it. So she was like ready to see drop ball, she saw it right out of your hand, no good. Maybe the location was bad. So maybe you throw a rise ball and she spits on it and it's like head high. So it just was like never going to be a swingable pitch. That could be another reason that they spit. Another reason, maybe they're like super intent on watching it and they just picked up your spin. Okay. Another reason, maybe you eased off it a little bit. So sometimes, especially throwing breaking stuff, you won't be as convicted and you won't throw the crap out of it. You won't finish it as well. And that's a common error where players, they get nervous throwing their off-speed stuff and then it's easy to pick it up. So those are the main ones for a spit take. The last one is, again, we talked about the location, but location could be maybe you bounced it way too soon. So maybe that drop ball, they just spit on it because it was just like, they could tell it was going to bounce right out of your hand, essentially. So those are the things that it's going to tell you when they just kind of go, I was never even going to bother thinking about swinging at that one. Now, the other types of takes are bad takes. These are, they barely held up. But then the question is, why did they hold up? So with a bad take, it tells you a couple of things. Number one, a bad take says, this was probably the right pitch, at least for the sequence thus far. So maybe you went fastball, rise ball, and then drop ball. So you slowed her down and she was way out in front, but she still held up. If that's the case, then you're saying, okay, that really ugly almost swing was probably the right pitch. So I'm probably going to throw it again or something similar to it, like the same speed, whatever. But I probably need to improve it, and that's why she didn't swing at it. So the reason that hitters have a really ugly take but don't actually fully commit to swinging is typically because the quality of the pitch wasn't good enough. So say you threw a drop ball breaking out of the zone and it just bounced up here. And even though it was bouncing way in front of the plate, she still almost swung at it. Well, you say, okay, it was probably the right pitch because she was way on her front foot, but I didn't locate it very well. So now if I throw just a little bit better drop ball closer to the plate, so now it bounces maybe like right in front of it, that's probably going to be enough to get her to swing and miss. So you just didn't have quite enough on the location to fool her. The other thing with bad takes is sometimes, again, maybe you telegraph it. So maybe you eased off it a little bit. So that drop ball didn't bite as much because you kind of like didn't really fully commit to finishing it. You didn't have quite the spin and the revolutions on it that you normally would. So that could be another tell where they thought they were going to swing. They're like, oh, I can tell it's a drop ball just before they commit. The other thing is sometimes the quality of the pitch just wasn't that good. Sometimes you just don't throw your best drop ball. You just don't throw your best rise ball. And it's just not quite good enough. Like they pick it up just soon enough where they can still hold up. And maybe it's like, okay, I could feel that wasn't like the best spinning one I can throw. So I'm just gonna throw it again, relax and see if I can get a little more RPMs on it. And maybe it bites a little bit better. And if I just throw a slightly better quality version, now she fully commits and swings at it. Those are typically the main reasons that if a hitter is almost ready to swing and miss, but held up, that again, slightly higher quality pitch, a slightly more swingable location so it looks like a strike a little bit longer, and then really making sure you finished it, you didn't ease off it or baby it or any of that stuff. That's the big thing. Those are pretty much the big ones. So as a pitcher, trying to develop a good fast pitch pitching strategy it's about taking in all this information. So when you're pitching, you don't want to just throw it and just kind of like blindly go through it, get the ball back and throw it and grab the next pitch. You need to be watching how do they swing, how do they foul the ball off, how do they take, and take all that information to fold it into what you think the most sensible next pitch call is, all right? So if you're new to my channel, I'm Coach Dan Blewett. I do lots of softball mental training videos, throwing videos, and pitching strategy videos like this one. So if you're new here, thanks for being here. Please hit the subscribe button, share this video with a friend, and check out my online courses in the description below, where you can learn how to improve your throwing, improve your mental game faster than you could any other way. Thanks again, I'll see you in the next video.